and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton, and today we're going to continue our look at some very special holiday events within the city, and it's going to focus on Fort Monroe. I have two guests from the Fort Monroe Authority. Welcome, Oder and Susan Lineberry. You guys have so much going on out there. You've been busy since you came.
We have so many happy people that love to come out to Fort Monroe, and we just love to give them something great to do.
And you have something new this year, and you were just telling me that you had ghost tours over October, which I had heard, but that your feedback said
that everyone wants to get inside those buildings and take a look and see the homes. So we're offering a new program that will allow them to do that.
I can't wait. Tell me about it.
Well, the Fort Monroe Mistletoe Homes Tour is Saturday, December 13th from 11 to 5, and we will be selling tickets online in advance, and then we'll sell them the day of as well.
If you have any left, I'm going to say, if Halloween's sold out, you might be very busy that day.
We hope so, and we think, rain or shine, we'll be able to visit these homes. We have had 4 very gracious host families come forward and say that
you.
Of course.
I thought so.
Yeah, my favorite house.
Well, it is challenging because these are homes which we rent, and it's not in their lease that they would participate in events like this. But it's interesting, the people that rent at Fort Monroe, they realize they're stewards of great historic properties, and they realize that people want to get into the homes. And so, literally, they're going to be bringing their own volunteers so that people can learn about the houses. They're going to be displaying their own artwork and furniture and decorations and trees, and they are just doing a marvelous job. Everybody is so excited to have people come into their homes. We're really looking forward to this.
I think that's neat, and it's what you don't get in the stores. You get that home touch, and certainly some of those people are still, I know you run into a lot of military who've lived all over and who have some really amazing holiday decorations.
Well, our goal at Fort Monroe is we want to entertain people, but we also want to tell them about their history. So what we're doing at the Fort Monroe Authority is we're making sure that there is an appropriate amount of history about the very things which you talked about. When was the building built? Who lived there? Those types of things. And then the volunteers will be telling those stories, but also mixing in some really interesting stories about the people who live in the homes now and what their furniture looked, where it came from, and their artwork. It's really going to be a delightful tour.
It's like, those magazines where you look at decorations, only you get to actually meet the people and, see and touch them. It should be so much fun.
And some of them have been passed down from generations in their family, and they'll be sharing those stories of where they came from or if they made them. And so I think it'll be very interesting.
That sounds great. Okay, so tell me the date again. Saturday,
December 13th from 11 to 5.
And how much is this going to cost?
It's $20 in advance, $25 at the door. And if you buy your ticket in advance, you just print out your receipt, you bring it to Building 77, which is on Ruckman Road, right near the main entrance to the fortress.
Okay.
And we'll exchange a wristband for you, so everybody needs to come there first, and then they can go on their own. And in between visiting the houses, we have an open house at the Chamberlain. They'll be serving cider and cookies and have their choir in the afternoon. The Casemate Museum also has a special holiday, Between the Wars is the name of their exhibit that they're going to have. So there's a lot to do, and then there are a lot of places that are just great photo ops that'll be decorated for the holidays as well.
That'll be nice. So you give us like a little map of where the houses are, and people can do it walking, assuming that they can.
Yes. And we're also trying to build a festive atmosphere. So it's almost like what they have in Williamsburg. You can go to Williamsburg and enjoy a day in Williamsburg and see some outdoor things and so forth, and not pay anything, to go into the homes. Or you can actually do all of that and pay to go into the home. So we want people to still feel like they can come to Fort Monroe. We're going to be having some music that's going to be playing on the street, so create a festive atmosphere. We're working on a food vendor. We're working on we might even have some live music that's out there as well. So we just want it to be a really festive atmosphere where people will come out and enjoy the day. And if they want to, they can purchase a ticket. We hope they do, to support the Fort Monroe Authority.
That sounds wonderful. And that's the other thing I was going to say is the proceeds for your events, does that go to the authority, to the foundation? I get a little mixed up as to who's who out there.
Well, it's easy to, because we're such a juvenile organization right now. I mean, the foundation doesn't have any staff, and so we use the Fort Monroe Authority staff, so it's appropriate that the finances of this go to support the Fort Monroe Authority, which is, the umbrella organization. However, we do have a wonderful sponsor, and that is W.M. Jordan is our presenting sponsor for this, and so they've made their check donation to the Fort Monroe Foundation, and the foundation is actually underwriting all the cost associated with the event. So it doesn't cost the taxpayers anything to produce this event, and at the same time, all of the revenue will go to help continue to fund the operations and events that take place at Fort Monroe.
That sounds great. Okay, but that's not your first holiday event. You have something the weekend before that.
Sunday, December 7th, the Hampton Roads Philharmonic Orchestra has a free concert at the Post Theater, and that will be at 4 o'clock till about 5:15. Then we all go outside to Cannon Park and we light the big holly tree in the middle of the park and have refreshments and see Santa.
That's wonderful. So you guys, you've been there now for how long, Glenn?
3 years.
3 years. You're building those sort of annual traditions as you go that are meaningful to folks who live there, to folks who used to live there or were stationed there.
And we're testing the market. We're finding out what people want to see, and then we're trying to do surveys when it's over. And the survey responses from the things we've done have just been, very excited. But the number one thing is people want to do more history. So we've incorporated some walking tours so that people can learn more from our, amazing Casemate Museum staff. And they want to get into the building, so we're doing that as well. And it's all coming together very well. We think, in our combination with the National Park Service and with the City of Hampton, who manages our beaches at Fort Monroe, we think we are entertaining over 100,000 people a year now at Fort Monroe.
Wow, that's a big number. It doesn't quite replace the Army, but we're getting there. We're getting there at making it, that destination, the events, the fun things, and there will be more in the future. I just recently read that Liberty Source got a big contract and is hiring and staffing up out there. So you're going to have more and more people working there every day.
It's really exciting when you drive out there to where Liberty Source is, and Alternatives Inc. just moved out there to join some of the other businesses that are there. We are getting ready to announce a law firm that's going to be signing a lease there on the property as well. All this is bringing people back there. We're seeing more excitement in Phoebus. We're seeing more questions about restaurants and so forth at Fort Monroe. It's all building together. These things take time. I've seen brat closures before that take anywhere from 15 to 25 years to get where we're headed in a much shorter period of time. And we think it's because Fort Monroe is so exciting, it's so historic, and the partnership with the City of Hampton is just working out so well.
Well, thank you, because we're all one city. It's just different neighborhoods, different components, different things to offer. So that's wonderful, and we look forward to these Christmas traditions that you all are building. And I can't wait to get inside the homes. That should be a ton of fun.
It will, and people love Fort Monroe. We are just really trying to give them something interesting all the time and continue to tell the stories.
Okay. Well, thank you, Susan, and thank you, Glenn. This is very exciting, and I hope people will come out, go and do the home tour, visit the Chamberlain, see the sights out there. And again, as Glenn offered, you don't even have to buy a ticket to wander around and get the atmosphere and the holiday tradition. So enjoy yourself the Christmas at Fort Monroe. Thanks for watching.